Good afternoon, everybody. Today we have a famous speaker, Dr. Ms. Pooja Vishwanathikar. It gives me an immense pleasure to introduce Ms. Pooja Vishwanathikar to today's session on intellectual property rights, patents and design filing. Madam is working as an examiner of patents and design, Patents Office, Ministry of Commerce and Industry. She is actually a Group A Gazetted Officer. Her educational background includes BTech and ME Biochemical Engineering and Biotechnology, a faculty and central public information officer for various intellectual property training programs at Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management, Nagpur. It's actually an only central government national IPR training institute. He has also been a part of various judicial, national, and international training programs regarding IPR practice. He has also worked as the drawing and dispersing officer at NIIPM Nagpur, a faculty and Department of Biotechnology, Bhopal, faculty and Department of Food Technology, Shivaji University, Kolhapur. Okay, ma'am. We are very happy to see you here. We all welcome, madam. Madam, please continue.
Yeah, thank you so much, ma'am, for the invitation and for inviting us here at this platform for the virtual training to be conducted. So I'm really delighted to be a part of this webinar. Now, I first of all would like to thank the entire team of the college, the management for giving a nod for this program, the coordinators for making all possible arrangement, and of course all the people associated with the organization of this particular webinar. I would also like to welcome all the people present here, all the dignitaries, the principal, the faculties, the students, and all the participants who are joining here and listening to this topic virtually. So it is indeed an honor to be present here because there are so many aspects related to IPs. We do come up with IP related content on a regular basis, but there is some or the other reason why we do not end up getting protection for our work. People are having confusion in various concepts of IPs also. So to help people understand what the IPs are, what are the different uh, things which gets classified under particular head of IP, this particular session is being conducted. Intention is to create utmost clarity and awareness and let people know about different IPs as such. Now, when we talk about IPs, people normally feel that it is only limited to personal growth, development, and for commercial benefit as such. But it isn't so. We do not see to it from the global perspective, which is like you create something, you get the benefit for your creation, you get the protection for your creation, you help others to use it in lieu of whatever charges you have placed for the same, and in lieu of whatever pact has been done between the licensor and the licensee in case it is being licensed. So there are various ways in which commercial benefits could be gained, but then of course the society gets benefited. The employment scenario gets changed, and not only this, you can change the socio-economic condition of the country also with the help of IPs protected on your part. So it is like you get the benefit, you inspire n number of people further for further improvement to be done. Now we are using a lot of smartphones today, but somebody has thought about it, somebody has invented it first. It was Alexander Graham Bell, of course we all know about it, but slowly and gradually we have witnessed various versions of phones, and right now we are using the smartest version of the same. If Bell wouldn't have protected his work, it wouldn't have benefited so many people, wouldn't have helped people to come up with more improvement, etc. And that is why this concept is really important to be taken seriously. Now it is not like we're lacking somewhere in talent. We do have a lot of IP related content getting developed by us on a regular basis throughout our academic life, throughout our professional life. We do come up with various IP related content, but we do not pay attention to it from the protection perspective. So either because we do not have clarity as to where exactly will my work be recognized, or it is because of we do not have enough information as to how you should proceed forward for better experience with the IP office. So another most important thing is that IPs are not only related to critical stuff; it is also having relevance to all the things which we are using on a regular basis already in our lives. We are surrounded by IP related content from the morning. The moment you get up till the time you hit your bed again at night, there are so many things, so many products, services, and processes which are helping your life to get simplified. So you get benefited from that, and when you protect it, it is like you become self-reliant. You help the country to grow. You can help the dependency of the country to get reduced in multiple folds. Like we become more self-reliant, the imports gets reduced and the exports start becoming really gets affected, and that is how it is having relevance on a national level as well, and that makes us realize that it is our moral and ethical responsibility to of course come up with IP related content and protect them at the right moment so that everybody gets benefited. So this is about the concept, and let me share my screen first of all so that the presentation becomes visible, and we can, yeah, so is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
So is it available in the full screen mode now, ma'am?
No, ma'am, it's not full screen. Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's available in full screen mode.
Full screen, no? Okay, fine, thank you so much. And otherwise also it should be sufficiently visible if not available in full screen, I guess so. So yes, thank you so much for the invitation. We all know that the topic for the day is intellectual property rights. We are going to have slightly more detailed explanation about patents and design process because this is required in comparison to other IPs when we talk about this among students and faculties, basically people from academic background. Though we are going to have a look at different type of IPs as well in brief. Now, as already introduced, my name is Pooja Maulikar. I am working as an examiner of patents and designs at Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management. Now, this is a training center which has a lot of trainings which are being conducted from IP perspective. Anybody can become a part of the same. So, in case you're interested in getting in touch with us from the training perspective for any of your customized training, for any association, collaboration, for free workshop, you may write to us at rgniipm.ipo@nic.in. So this is our official email ID, and we are really quick in responding to the emails received. So rest assured, we'll definitely get back to you regarding your queries. We are available at the website ipindia.gov.in, wherein you find most of the information about IPs. So it is my humble request to please note this website and the email ID because this is going to help you regard in any of the doubts and concerns regarding IPs. You'll get all the clarification through this particular website. Now, our present workshop is conducted under NIPAM, which is our National IP Awareness Mission. This began last year to celebrate Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, and we have taken the initiative of creating awareness among people regarding the concept. Now, we have already reached more than 10 lakh people last year, and we are continuing with the mission trying to take this noble cause forward and to help people get aware of the concept. There are acts and rules for individual type of IP, and it is suggested that you do refer to them once you become comfortable with the basic concept of IPs. Once you develop something, when you are on your path of getting protection, it is really important that you refer to the act and rules, get a clear idea about the same, and that will help you to get better experience with the filing and similar things. So this is required from awareness perspective. Right now, I'm not discussing any of the section, rules, etc., because the intention is to create basic awareness. Mentioning them might create confusion, and hence I'm refraining myself from not sharing them at this moment of awareness session. We are also available at social medias like Facebook and Twitter. The intention is to reach maximum number of people, let them know about the activities of RGNIIPM. They can be benefited from the activities of RGNIIPM. We conduct a lot of trainings. Information regarding the same are floated herein, and we also float information about upcoming trainings, what will be the duration, topic, fees, concession, everything is discussed, I mean, floated here. You can share the information among your other circles also, because people are really keen in knowing where exactly could they do training about RGN, about IPs. So you can help them get in touch with us so that they can do authentic training regarding IPs and get good experience herein. This is our official structure. We are coming under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, wherein we have Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. This department has Office of Controller General of Patents, Designs and Trademarks, popularly called as Office of CGPDTM, under which there are certain subordinate offices which are functioning. We have Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Intellectual Property Management located at Nagpur, and in the same campus we have PIS. This is Patent Information System, which provides paid service to all the people who are looking for specific information related to their inventions. Now, we have four patents and design offices in our country. They are located at Kolkata, Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai. So, if you see our geographical identity of our country, it's really vast. If you divide it into various geographical zones like east, west, north, south, you would see that we have placed one office in each zone, and that makes it accessible to all the people residing therein to file their work at the appropriate office. Regarding design office, I would like to specifically mention that you have to file a design application as per your jurisdiction only, but every time you will be getting the response from Design Office Kolkata. Trademark registries are located at five locations, that is Delhi, Mumbai, Chennai, Kolkata, and Ahmedabad. We have Geographical Indications Registry at Chennai, and Semiconductor Integrated Circuit Layout Design Registry is located at Delhi. Copyright Registry is also available at Delhi itself. These are some of the pictorial views of our official buildings located at Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, Kolkata, and this is the building of RGNIIPM Nagpur, which is specific for IP related training. So it is like, there are so many trainings which are being conducted by RG and IPM, right from 1 hour to about 2 weeks of advanced level trainings are being conducted. So in between, any participant may choose to have 1 day, continuous 2 days, continuous 3 days, 5 days, or entire 2 weeks training program. So we have good classrooms available here with all the technical and other facilities required. We have good computer labs wherein practical hands-on sessions could be conducted. We also have a good library, great source of information regarding IPs. We also take care of the reading and writing material, food, tea break, everything during the official hours, that is between 10 to 6 p.m. With the pandemic, we have started virtual trainings to keep the learning aspect unaffected, and we've got a huge response during the pandemic as well. So, a lot of trainings were being conducted since the pandemic of similar manner, and all the trainings are certificate based training programs. Any individual may choose the training accordingly. We also have association and collaboration with other international bodies for training to be conducted for our internal officers as well as for the general public. So the famous international public training program is WIPO India Summer School. Now WIPO basically stands for World Intellectual Property Organization, which is headquartered at Geneva, Switzerland, and they conduct summer school with some of the countries. India is one among the countries with whom summer school is conducted by WIPO. So after meeting the basic requirement of the training, any individual can become a part of the public training program. This is our website ipindia.gov.in, which will give more idea about IPs and more information. So when you open the page, it looks like this, wherein separate tabs have been provided for separate IPs, and you get further information like frequently asked questions and answers to them, quick information, other information, guidelines, and many more things are listed out therein. We also have provided external link to e-filing, public search so that you can compare your work with the prior public information. Acts and rules have been provided for ready reference. Manuals, guidelines will give you specific information about specific type of work. Publication in the form of journals, annual reports, newsletters are also available. They will help you to understand the office and the working pattern in a more detailed manner. News and updates are also provided so that we can keep the website really updated. Tenders, notices, upcoming events information are readily made available. So usually the upcoming training programs information is floated herein, or you can visit to RGNIIPM's page to find further information on public training programs. So when you click on the link, you find the entire detail, like what is the duration, on which day what topic would be taken, what date is specific for that particular topic, what is the fees for the same, to whom the concession is given. And below we provide a simple registration form, which is Google form, wherein you can fill in your details and submit your fees, submit your identity proof. So if in case you are availing any of the concessions, and for otherwise also, and accordingly you may register for the program. But be really quick because usually we have a lot of participants who try to enroll for the program, but they could not because the seats get filled really fast. Now, World IP Day is celebrated every year on April 26. This year, the theme is IP and Youth Innovating for a Better Future. It is seen that this particular century is focusing on knowledge. So, creation and processing of knowledge is given a lot of importance. A nation's ability to translate knowledge into wealth and social goodness is possible through IPs only. Now, in this era, if we are aiming for national development, it is seen that education system is the most influential system for the same, wherein you can bring in, you can adapt various standards and methods at school level, at higher education level, so that skill improvement can be done, which will eventually reflect into national growth. When students pay attention towards IPs, it adds value to their profile, it differentiates them from the mob. It also helps them to get the competitive edge established. This actually safeguards their creations, it helps them for further development through further studies, further job interviews, during their career prospects. They can also aspire to become young business owners. And when the IPs are generated and they are protected, they have been commercialized, it is seen that the revenue which is getting generated, that helps people to come up with more improvement. Schools, colleges, when they protect their work under IPs, it helps them to, get better opportunities for collaboration among various institutions, so that greater projects can be taken, exchange of resources and expertise could be done, for internship opportunity, and many more things could be done through such collaborations. Academic setup has a lot of facilities in the form of library wherein great source of information is available, laboratory wherein good environment for doing research is available, and of course the experienced faculty which help people to come up with more improvement. All this can come up with together to solve real-time industrial problem, and the bond can be made really strong enough. Now, when you hear the term intellectual property, it has two individual terms in it, intellectual and property. Property, obviously, what comes to our mind when we hear this term is something which is tangible in nature, something which you can touch, feel, evaluate in terms of various parameters. They are measurable as such. Like they can be movable, like vehicle, gold, investment, or they may be immovable also, like you having a piece of land, farm, house, flat, etc. But there is another classification of property as well, which is intangible in nature, which means something which cannot be measured in any of the parameters. Now they are intellectual in nature, all because they are coming out of a human brain. Brain is having a very beautiful capacity of thinking based on the knowledge known to the brain, the conditioning done on the brain, the type of experiences the brain has come across. It can propose various ideas which can be channelized into various products, processes, services, designs, artistic, aesthetic creations, and many more things could be done. Now, this is a idea, right? So nobody can touch somebody's idea. Nobody can say how far it will help you in generating revenue. They are intangible in nature as such. Now, ideas are not sufficient enough in its own. This has to be combined with further resources in the form of information, time, energy, efficiency, labor, and you work on it, bring it into the final form. Eventually, when you protect it under rightful head of IP, and when you get the protection, it will help you to enjoy intellectual property rights. Now, these rights are exclusive in nature. They help you to get the monopoly, like only you would be allowed to make it and sell it without your permission. Nobody can use it, and that is why these are ownership rights, but these are valid only in the country where you have got the grant. So these are territorial in nature. Territorial rights are nothing but the rights valid only in the country where you have filed and got the grant. So do not be under the misunderstanding that these are worldwide right, global right, or international rights. These are licensable rights as well. There is a big benefit of this licensing system. The licensee both gets benefited. People who get to enjoy the benefit of the product available gets benefited. So it's a win-win situation for everybody. So let's have a look at different type of IPs in short. We'll begin with patents. It is all about the right given by Government of India to the person who has filed for the same. From the date of filing, 20 years is the time period of protection for commercial gain to be protected in lieu of the full disclosure of the invention. So these are territorial rights, these are not worldwide rights. I would like to quote few examples from our day-to-day lives so that you become comfortable with the term patents. So paperclip is one such example. I hope all of you would have seen this. This was invented in the year 1900 by Johan Waller at Norway. The paperclip has helped people to come up with preservation of papers without piercing or poking them, which used to damage the papers eventually. Ballpoint pen are also one of the version of pen which we are using on a regular basis. Mankind has witnessed various versions of pen. Like we were having initially, quill dipped in ink was the concept of writing. Gradually, we did come up with um, ink pen, fountain pen, gel pen, ballpoint pen. Many versions of pen did come up. Ballpoint pen was first invented in the year 1888 by John Lord. Bluetooth, which is a comparatively recent technology, I would say it's a wireless technology for data transfer invented by Jaap Hudson. Electric light bulb is one of the famous patented invention. Thomas Alva Edison has invented it in the year 1878. Telephone was first invented and patented by Alexander Graham Bell in the year 1876. To improve communication, this device was being made. He was actually inspired by his hearing impaired mother and wife, and that is why he has come up with this device. Prathamesh, who is an Indian national, is visually impaired and he was facing difficulty in learning during this pandemic. Hence, he has come up with the device, Smart Brain Learning Device. There is a difference between invention and discovery. Discovery is all about natural occurrences, wherein any new thing or new property of known material or article is found out. So, like a new species is being found out, new scientific fact like gravity is being found out, new place is found out, then we call it as Discovery. Discoveries are not patentable as such. On the other hand, inventions are. Invention is all about any product or process which is new, or it is improved product or process wherein either economic significance or technical significance or both at the same time is being achieved, and it should have industrial applicability. So if all this is satisfied, we call it as invention, and inventions are protectable under patents. It is suggested that you never disclose your work in the public domain before you go for patent filing. So disclosure in the form of publication or usage is normally not advisable before the filing of the work under patents. Now, it is also suggested that you have to be patient enough till the work gets completed and then go for filing. You should always conduct a search before you file your work so that you can find out what others have done, how your work is different from what is already available. So, IP India has its own public search platform that could be utilized as free patent search site, or you may use Google Patent, Google Scholar. WIPO, which I've already quoted with reference to WIPO India Summer School, has its own website. So WIPO provides a search engine named as Patent Scope. This is also free of cost, and other patent offices also provide their databases freely to the general public. Like European Patent Office has eSpaceNet, United Patents and Trademark Office has its own platform. We also have Japanese Patent Office and other offices whose databases are freely available. Now, for filing of patent application in India, for patents and design application, we allow four categories. First is natural person category, wherein individually or in group people may go for filing. Second category is legal entity, any entity which is legally established, like a company, institute, R&D center, etc. All the entities which are recognized through MSME Act, like being small, micro, or medium enterprise, are allowed to file their application here. Startups are also allowed to file a patent and design application. Now we have this similar pattern of patent specification, like we write any project report, right? A similar pattern is adapted herein also, like suitable title is to be given. You are supposed to discuss the aims and objectives of the invention, technical field, wherein you discuss what was, uh, after that, you discuss background art, what was known before, what was lacking there, what inspired you and motivated you to come up with this invention. Then you start discussing materials, the source of material, methods as such available, experimental procedures, result analysis. You can take the help of drawings, abstract, summary, etc. to explain the concept in more detailed manner. Further, you have to justify industrial applicability of the invention, and you can discuss the closing statements in the form of claims. Now, claims are basically the they are basically the single statements about the invention for which you will be eventually getting the patent rights. So they are important to be mentioned. Now there are 30 forms in patent office, but I'm discussing the major ones and the limited ones which are utmost requirement for filing are being discussed, and some optional forms are also discussed here. So form number one is required. It is mandatory. It is nothing but the application form based on the applicant's detail, the detail of the inventor, correspondence details, certain declaration. This form is based, and you have to fill it accordingly. The specification is to be filled in form number two. This is also mandatory. Foreign filing details regarding what is the status of your application in that particular country is to be submitted in every 6 months. Even if there is no filing in other country, this form is required to be submitted at every 6 months. Declaration to inventorship is also important for submission through form number 5, and you have to request for examination through form number 18. Now this form number 18 can be filed at a later stage also, because the permitted limit for filing this form is 48 months from the date of filing of your application. But sooner you file it, sooner it appears into the examination module. Expedited examination is also started through form number 18A. This will help you to get your first examination report within a month. Form number 28 is if the applicant is startup, MSME, institute, they have to justify their status of being so by giving sufficient proof of being in that category through form number 28. Now, every application gets published after 18 months. In case you want to save these 18 months, you have to request for early publication through form number 9. This is optional, and in case you are hiring a patent agent, then you have to give power of attorney to that particular agent on form number 26 and submit it to the office. So, these are some of the important forms which I wanted to discuss. Now, with this, the basic online filing fees for form number 1 is 1600 rupees for natural persons, startups, MSMEs, and for institutes. For others, it is 8000 rupees. Form number 2 is free of cost within the permitted limit, which is 30 pages, and within these 30 pages, maximum 10 claims are allowed. But the moment you go for hard copy filing, it will charge you additional approximate 10% fees over the online filing fees. Form number 18 would cost you 20,000 rupees for others category, and for rest it is 4,000 rupees. Expedite examination is permitted to SMEs, startups, government organization, PCT application filed and assigning India as ISA, natural person category wherein one of the applicant is female are allowed to utilize this form. Early publication will help you to get your application published ordinarily within 1 month. Now, for filing, in case you want to go for physical filing, you can go to the office counter directly or send your application through Indian Postal Service. For e-filing, you require either class 2 or class 3 digital signature, or e-signature will also do. So you have to create a login ID and password at IP India's website, fill in all the forms, pay the fees, sign it through digital signature or e-Hastakshar for final submission. Once you submit your application, every application, if it is not filed in online mode, then that application is getting digitalized and it is getting screened and classified. Hello? Hello? हेलो. हाँ सर, मैं अभी एक वर्कशॉप में हूँ. आई विल रिप्लाई. जी जी. सो yeah, so it is, if it is filed in hard copy, it is digitalized first and all the application gets screened and classified. After that, it is published after 18 months. Request for examination is taken into consideration after publication and it is allotted for examination when formal and technical evaluation is done and you get the first examination report to which you have to reply within 6 months. You can also expect a second examination report or a hearing before the grant or refusal of the application. So I finally, when you get the certificate looks like this, wherein the patent office issues a patent certificate displaying basic details of the granted application. Next type is design. As the name suggests, it is all about the outer look of any product, like wherein shape, configuration, pattern, ornamentation, composition of lines, colors, combinations are considered, or any of the combination of them applied in 2D or 3D or in both the forms. So the product look appealable to eye, beautifies the product, and it attracts customers. Is the eventual goal of designs. This is provided for a period of 10 years protection, and you may extend it for 5 more years. So whatever unique design you can see on your screen can be protected through designs. These are some of the example of registered designs. These are applicable in any of the product which you are using, right from the bottle which you use till the fridge, the pen which you are using for writing, the wallet which you use, the iron box. It has scope to be getting beautified. So, right, So any product which has the scope of getting beautified can be considered under designs. So it is not restricted to textile and jewelry alone, but it has relevance in other domains as well. It is also seen that small business owners and startups are doing really good on the basis of designs, and like either they apply the unique design on the product or they utilize it for packaging, etc., to get established in the market. For design filing, you have to remember that your work should be distinguishable, original enough. It should not be contrary to public order or morality and should not have any prejudice to security of India. There are 32 classes laid down by design office. You have to appropriately choose one of the class based on the nature and function of the article wherein you would like to get the protection. But in case you want multiple protection, multiple classes, individual fees per class is to be paid. Now, form number one is supposed to be filled giving detail of the name, nationality, etc., details of the applicant, details of the article, class number, etc. Or everything is to be submitted. Now, since it is all about the image, uh, since it is all about the looks of the product which gets registered under design, so you have to justify the same through various images like top view, bottom view, side view, back view, perspective view, etc. Herein, you have to give statement of the novelty and disclaimer statement as well. Fees for natural persons, startups, MSMEs for online filing is 1000 rupees, and for others category, the online filing fees is 4000 rupees. Form is very easy enough. Anybody can fill it very easily without any assistance. It is self-explanatory as such, so anybody can fill it properly. This is a sample as to how the representation sheet is to be submitted, giving statement of novelty and disclaimer as well. Now, herein, the image matters a lot, and that is why it is suggested that you always file good quality image wherein the features are visible, background is clear, the image is clearly visible as such. Multiple designs are not allowed in single application, and set of articles can have same design like table and chair being the set, cup and saucer being the set. But variation in the set is not allowed. We all understand set means identical units in that particular set. But if you bring variation therein, that wouldn't be allowed under design registration. Depiction of living or dead person is also not allowed under design registration. Anything which gets considered under trademarks and copyrights is not registrable under design. Non-registrable designs includes calendars, certificates, forms, postcards, stamps, greeting cards, maps, labels, tokens, etc. Next is trademark, which is normally called as brand name. This is all about the visual symbol in the form of word, name, symbol, brand, numerical, combination of colors, etc. to indicate the source of the good. And it is to distinguish your product from rest of the products available in the market. If you find R encircled in front of a trademark, it means it is a registered mark. Now, once the registration is given, it is valid for 10 years and it can be renewed in every 10 years. There are different types of trademarks. Some of them are word mark, pictorial mark, letter mark, combination marks, logos, etc. There are certain Indian trademarks and brands also. I have listed few of them. There are many as such which are doing really good in the market, like Godrej, Tata, Bombay Dyeing, Kirloskar, Hindustan Motors, etc. So there are different types of trademarks. It could be a personal name, surname, signature, etc. It could be an invented word or a dictionary meaning word. It could be alphanumerical combination, fancy devices or symbols, monograms, combination of colors along with the word or device, three-dimensional signs. It could be any of them. So you have to fill TMA form for registration of your trademark based on the type of applicant. The fees varies. So we have 4,500 fees for sole proprietor and for MSMEs. For others, it is 9,000 rupees for online filing. Next is geographical indication. It is all about the place name which becomes famous with respect to any product made or grown in that location, wherein either it is contributed by the skilled artisan or it is being contributed by the environmental condition, soil condition of the location. It is a organization based, right? People involved in making or growing of such work will form an organization and they are allowed to file a GI application. Once registered, it is valid for 10 years and it can be renewed in every 10 years. So, famous examples of geographical indications could be like tea from Darjeeling is famous, silk sari from Banaras or Kanjivaram is famous, Kolhapuri chappal, Nagpuri oranges, etc. are few of the examples. Further examples of GIs could be basmati rice, Alfonso mango, then we have Bikaneri bhujia, Tirupati laddu, etc. Copyright is all about literary, artistic, aesthetic, cinematographic, software related content, wherein unauthorized copying and reproduction could be stopped for life of the author plus 60 years beyond the life of the author. So, books, movies, music, painting, software are considered here. Art with difference also is coming up nowadays, like 3D printing, extra textured printing, and tactile art, etc. Wherein new dimension is given to that piece of work. They are also considered under copyrights. So you find that there is difference between different IPs. Patent is given for technology, wherein a new product, process, device, composition is being made. This is valid for 20 years from the date of filing. Design is max permitted till 15 years, which is given for outer configuration, which helps the product getting beautified and it attracts the customers, it reflects into the sale of the product. Trademark is all about logos, brands, etc. 10 years initially, and in every 10 year it can be renewed. GI is all about place name, which becomes famous with respect to the product made or grown in that location, having the same period of protection so as trademarks. Copyright is all about artistic, aesthetic, cinematographic work, life of the author, plus 60 years is the time for protection of copyrights. Beauty is that whichever product you pick, you will find one or the other IP therein. If you take the example of camera system, the automatic exposure control mechanism is a patented right. When it was being granted, it was valid for 20 years from the date of filing. The name under which the product is sold, here it is Canon, is an example of trademark. So it is registered, if it is registered, it is given a period of protection for 10 years. Any 10 number of times it can be renewed for next 10 years. Design is all about the external look of the product, wherein shape, configuration, outer look, color, finishing, everything gets considered. This is given initially 10 years protection and it can be renewed for 5 more years. And the website of Canon, the catalog or the booklet which you get with newly purchased this product is coming under the purview of copyrights. So, whichever technology, the constructional feature is patentable, falls under the patentability criteria, satisfies the same, can be considered under patent rights. External look can be registered under designs. The name under which it can be sold can be registered under trademarks. And the user manual, catalog, booklet can be registered under copyrights. Apart from this, it is the layout of integrated circuits, if it is involved in the internal make of the product, it can be registered under semiconductor integrated circuit layout design. Apart from this, we have a trade secret concept also. Now, this need not be registered anywhere. In case you feel that there is a secret ingredient, any ingredient, any process of making something, any composition, any particular step in business, particular process in business can be kept secret, and this might help you in doing good in the market, then you may develop it as your trade secret by maintaining secrecy about the same. For this, you need not register it anywhere. Like formulation of coke can be trade secret, right? So these are few concepts which were important from IPR perspective. So this is all about the basics of IPs. In case you want to contact us further, our official email ID is rgniipm.ipo@nic.in, and we are officially available at the website ipindia.gov.in. So thank you so much for your patient listening and for listening to this topic, uh, giving due importance to this uh, concept as such. I would like to share the feedback link in the chat box. Please fill it so that we can issue a certificate to you without any delay. But my request is to fill the details very appropriately, because whatever you fill in there gets considered for the certificate purpose. We cannot make changes once the certificate is issued. So this is what is my humble request to you. Yes, now in case you are having any doubt, any concern, please put your question in the chat box, or you may, in case there is a, okay, fine, I can see certain questions therein. How
Yes,
much
ma'am.
time, how much time will it take to publish a patent approximately? Patent publication takes 18 months of time normally, okay, but then granted patent, for getting a grant, it totally depends on the type of work, the domain in which the application is being filed, the like how sorted the application is, or how critical it is to evaluate. Everything matters therein, and hence this cannot be put forward in a, you cannot define it in a particular time limit. It totally depends on various factors.
Okay, ma'am. There is one more question also.
Ma'am, yeah. Can I obtain patent and keep my invention secret? How is that possible? Like patent right is given. When you get the patent right, we ourselves are publishing those work. Like when you file the application, we publish it, as you have seen in the process of filing and protection, right? So there is no question of maintaining secrecy. Either you maintain secrecy or you file for patents and get the benefit. You can commercialize it. You can stop others from misusing it through the protection which you have availed. So either of the one.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Any other
And
question?
these are the questions we got.
Okay, fine.
Thanks a lot, ma'am, for your elaborate speech. There is one more question, ma'am.
J.
Can published work be granted patent?
Published in the sense, if it is published in any of the journal in the form of articles, etc., then within a year of you filing and publishing that work, after publication within a year you have to go for patent filing. So this is the condition laid forward by the patent office. This need to be remembered, but it is always advised that you first go for patent filing and then go for publication of your work. Vice versa is always permitted, but in case out of your innocence you have published the work first, it is suggested that you first go for patent filing if the 1 year time is yet to get lapsed.
Ma'am, actually, how much time will it take for patent to be granted? I mean,
That's
approximate
what
time.
I said
I
in the
because uh,
question's answer, no? That, ma'am, it totally depends on the domain in which the application is filed, how easily it is written, or how critical the work is. So there is no standard time period within which an application can be evaluated. So there are n number of real-time issues which pop in, and that makes the grant period variable in various cases. We cannot streamline and say that this much time only will be taken. So that is not a standard one.
okay. Thanks a lot, madam. Thanks a lot for your patience, for your time, and for your informative speech.
Yeah, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. So I would like to thank everybody who's behind this workshop, right from the coordinators, the organization, everybody. Thank you so much for making this workshop possible enough. I would like to thank all the participants also for joining herein and for paying attention to the topic. I wish you all a very happy new year and a very happy, I wish you all happy IP experience in future and in coming years to come. So thank you so much for joining us today. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We wish you also the same.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you, ma'am. So, ma'am,